Chiefs Kingdom, welcome back to All Chiefed Up. We're back with another podcast for that ass. And Justyn Ross is sitting in a jail cell, baby. Let's talk about it.
Before we get the show started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. 95% of you guys watching are not subscribed. We're trying to get to 20,000 before the end of the season. Do your boys a favor. Hit that button. Justyn Ross, quit being a dumbass.
You know, I ought to vandalize your ass with my foot.
What's happening here?
Justyn Ross turned slap nut central today. Adam Teicher reports ESPN's Justyn Ross is facing a felony charge of criminal damage of more than $25,000 after he was arrested. He notes that he was arrested Monday and booked into jail without a bond set. He is scheduled to appear in court Tuesday. That's going to be somewhere around 10 a.m. in the morning probably. So by the time you're seeing this, probably just happened. They're probably going to set a bond. He's probably going to get out. But Steve, look at this. We're bringing up his booking info. Kind of crazy that his middle name is Rashee. Never
Damn
knew
it,
that
Rashee.
one.
What are you doing, man?
Comments, DV, Steve. That stands for domestic violence, does it not?
That stands for 6-game suspension from the NFL is what that stands for. I don't like the fact that these guys cannot seem to keep themselves out of trouble. It's like you got it made. You're in the NFL. Just keep your head on straight. Focus. Heck, Justyn Ross, you're trying to get on the field more often. You need to be focusing on your craft, my man. Because this last week, you saw him squander some opportunities. Like, we need to focus on the football part, not so much on this off-field BS.
1,000%. KMBC's Nick Sloan adds that this was shortly before 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. on a Monday. What in the hell are you doing? Domestic violence at 4:30. Like, who just wakes up and chooses violence? And then you're going to smash something over $25K. What is he beating up on? Did he ransack the entire condo? Did he trash somebody's car? Like, what did this guy do? Dude, Ross must have been sauced. That's all I can think about it. Ross was sauced.
At 4:30 on a Monday? Damn it, Andy Reid. Quit giving them days off after wins, because if it wasn't for the day off, Justyn Ross wouldn't have been out there acting a fool. Well, but seriously, in all seriousness, the kid's young. What is he, 20, 21 years old, something like that, 22? I don't know. Either way, he's a young kid, so I expect him to make some mistakes, Mike. And we don't know the full details yet, so it's hard to come down too hard on the man. But at the same time, it's just like, are we really dealing with this right now?
Look, we don't need this in Kansas City. We always have this stigma. We definitely don't want domestic violence. You're never getting a pass on that one. It's not happening. I don't care how young you are. That's idiocy. He should not be doing that crap. Look, he needs to be focusing on football, like you said. By the way, Trent McDuffie, no longer nicknamed Clamps. It's going to Justyn Ross. He's the new Clamps. He's in the handcuffs. We're gonna start calling him jail cell before it's over with. Dude, this is just a bad look. It's a bad look. But I'll say this: will the Chiefs come down on him hard? Will he get cut? What's going to happen? They say that they don't know much more than we know. Something tells me that's a little false. They probably know everybody and everything that's happened already because that's what they do. But, Steve, as it sits right now, we just traded for Mecole Hardman. The wide receivers are starting to mesh just a little bit. And guess who's on the outside looking in the entire time? Justyn Ross.
Right.
He's now the 7th guy. And then once you get the other one off IR, by the way, he can't even think of his freaking name. He's not played all year long. He's going to come back. And then what's going to happen with that? Now Justyn Ross is number 8. Are they going to cut this guy?
I mean,
Richie James, by the way.
You were talking about Richie James. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I knew you got it.
Here's the thing, man. It really is damning for Justyn Ross more than it is the Chiefs as a whole. Because I do like the idea of a future Justyn Ross with the Kansas City Chiefs and the way that Rashee Rice is turning out. And Sky Moore even getting better and better as the weeks go by. Man, we could have a really good wide receiver room in the next few years when these guys get up to par. But Justyn Ross, he's killing himself, man. They've been trying to give him a little bit more opportunities on the field, and so far he's not earned more. And that's what he should really be focusing on. Right now, he's in a position to where if they feel the need, they'd probably cut ties with him and not really care that much, to be quite honest about it. They do have time invested in him because of the injuries last year and things like that. But other than that, Mike, he's just a UDFA. They don't really care.
I'm not in a position to judge him just yet. I don't think he has any criminal background that we know of. When we were looking into him in the draft, I didn't think there was any character issues. This may be a one-off thing. You still can't have it. Hopefully he's transparent with the Chiefs, unlike Kareem Hunt. That got him sent out the door, and he's never coming back.
Right.
Sorry, guys. He's not going to be back.
Never.
So let's hope Justyn Ross just accepts it, moves on, and comes in here and does it. I'm not ready to give up on Justyn Ross. If it turns out that it's something really, really bad with domestic violence, then sayonara, buddy. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah,
I want him to be successful, but we can't have idiots on the field.
No, that has to be zero tolerance on any kind of domestic violence. I mean, they just have to be smarter than that. I know a lot of guys get in bad situations or they get lured into things like this, but you have to be smarter than that. Like I said, you have a golden opportunity, especially Justyn Ross with the Chiefs. Right now, wide receiver is a big question mark for this team, and he could fill a role for years to come. And he could be really good at it. We all seen how this kid can ball when he was at Clemson. We know he has it in him. We know his ceiling's high. So we're sitting here excited, waiting for him to reach that. And then this happens. It's just like a little bit frustrating for Chiefs fans that have been, kind of waiting on this process. Yeah. Now we have another wrench in the gears here. So it's going to be an even longer process. I don't know, man. Like you said, if they find out more details and this is actually on Justyn Ross and it's not good, they might part ways.
Right. But it is a wait and see. It's a fact-finding adventure we're going to go on here over the next few days.
Right.
It could turn out to be a Charles Omenihu type thing. He didn't really go after that 6-game suspension and try to knock it down. He accepted responsibility.
It could be a Willie Gay type situation, and maybe his significant other just had a really expensive vacuum cleaner.
She got that new $25,000 sucker upper, the old Hoover, the old slap nuts,
the Hoover Dam.
I don't know what it is, but moving on, my man. Nick Bolton, Steve. We see Nick Bolton hurt the wrist. Nick Shook from around the NFL reports, along with every other person in the media today, Chiefs linebacker Nick Bolton's wrist needs surgery. He's expected to miss 2 months. He goes on to say he suffered a dislocated wrist that will require surgery. That sucks. That sucks the big one. An NFL Network insider, Tom Pelissero, reported this Monday, per source, Bolton is expected to miss roughly 2 months, between 4 and 8 weeks. Steve, it's a damn good thing we went out and got Drew Tranquill, my man.
No kidding, man. This is worst case scenario for that injury. We were hoping he could skate by, but no, going to have surgery. And that joke wrote itself, by the way. The guy that wrote that story about Nick Bolton missing 2 months of football because of his wrist surgery was named Nick Shook. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous.
Nick Shook
But
up.
Either way, like you said, good thing we went out and got Drew Tranquill in the offseason because he fills that role pretty well. We saw it when Bolton was out with the ankle. We saw it after Bolton went out with his wrist in this game against the Chargers. Drew Tranquill can play the position and do it well. So I'm not super worried about it. But it's never a good thing when almost your best defender, if you take Chris Jones out of the picture, is not playing. Like, that's never a good thing, especially 2 months. Right.
We just got him back.
Dude, it's not good for Bolton. This is almost like, this is going to add up, man. It's going to add up to where he misses a majority of the season.
Well, look, you'll get him back, probably going into the playoff push. Hopefully it's a wrist. He should probably be able to get back without any hindrance. But you do use your wrist a lot. You roll up on it, you tackle it, you grab jerseys. There's a lot of things you use the wrist for. Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't go no further. Let's hope the doctors take care of it. Prayers up that those guys actually get there and do the right job right and it don't turn into a lingering thing. But I'll say this, Drew Tranquill, I have all the faith in Drew Tranquill. I have all the trust in Drew Tranquill. But our linebackers and even Drew Tranquill have been a little injury prone this year. So you might see some other guys starting to step up. Maybe Isaiah Moore, he's back on the practice squad now. I don't think he's ready to go, though. I really don't. So you may see some other guys starting to
hope and pray we don't get to that situation.
Well, look, we got Cam Jones on the roster. He can play the middle linebacker.
I just really hate it for Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton has been absolutely phenomenal since we drafted him. He's been excellent. And it's a big piece of our defense. And he's just struggling this year to stay on the field. And I know it's frustrating for him just like it does everybody else. But the thing about it is 2 months. So you're looking at roughly 7 or 8 games, right?
Right, you're going to put us at week in there too.
That's going to put us to about week 15 or so. So hopefully he can, get healed up, do what he's got to do, get back on the field, and be fresh and ready to go for a nice little playoff run. And hey, Drew Tranquill going to hold it down while he's gone, man. I have all the faith in the world in that.
He'll get back, get in game shape. Look, you're going to have a lot of Nick Bolton haters going around being like, oh, we're going to see what happens. Yeah, you might see what happens. Let's hope the defense don't completely crumble. I don't think it will. I don't think
they will, but you're not.
All faith in Drew Tranquill.
You are a little bit worse without Nick Bolton on the field, whether you have a really good replacement or not.
Boy, there's some people that don't think that in Chiefs Kingdom.
Well,
bunch of
they
slap
are
nuts.
a bunch of slap nuts. That's what I was going to say, because Nick Bolton is he's just that guy for us. He's been
Look,
that way
Bolton-
for the last few years.
Bolton's coming up on a contract year. What
Yeah.
happens if he misses time? Drew Tranquil holds down the fort, and we look just as good or better.
It don't make a
Is
difference.
Nick Bolton a casualty of coming around, because you've also got to sign Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, L'Jarius Sneed, a lot of big guys. Maybe they look at it and say, hey, middle linebacker, maybe you can do without a big name middle linebacker.
Well, you never really know with Brett Veach and crew, but I'm thinking right now that's a no. I think that Nick Bolton has earned his spot here in Kansas City, and I think that they see how much value he has. I mean, the dude's a tackling machine. He's been excellent. I mean, even in his game or two that he got to play this year when he came back from the ankle injury, had an interception. He's just flying around the field. It's a guy that you want out there. So I don't think they'll completely write him off just because he had a couple injuries this season. We'll see how it is going forward, but I think he'll be back and healthy by the end of the season, and then we'll see him in the playoffs as well.
Right. Against the Chargers, Steve, we've seen a lot of stuff going on. We've seen a lot of Mahomes, Kelsey, National Tight End Day, Kelsey showing out in front of the Mrs. Swift.
Kelsey.
Mrs. Kelsey. I don't know what it is. But, people are raging about it. People are going off. Even Kelly Clarkson chimed in and said she wants to see football. She don't want to see Taylor Swift. I've never seen them miss a play showing Taylor Swift in a
Dude,
booth.
I get so tired of hearing that. It's funny that everyone has to get in on that just to sound cool and be part of the cool crowd. Like, I'm not trying to watch Taylor Swift. I'm trying to watch the football game. Well, that's cool. I haven't missed not one single play of the football game because of Taylor Swift. And if you did, that's on you. Quit being slap nuts and just watch.
They're crying. They get crying. They get teary-eyed. They miss the next play. They blame it on Taylor. This is what I got to say, man. I'm happy that the Chiefs are in the news for things like this. Usually we're the flyover state. We're the ones that nobody cares about. Finally, we're in the media. Everybody's hating on us. They don't want us to look good. They don't want us to win. They don't. We're the new Patriots, man. We're the hated. We called that. But what impressed you in the Chargers game? Do you think it was the offense coming together, or do you think it was the defense actually sacking up and shutting them down after they score 17?
Props to the defense for the adjustments and coming in and handling business in the second half. But I think overall the defense looked pretty good. They've looked good all year. So I'm going to say what I really took away from that game was finally the offense got into a rhythm. They looked good. And the main thing is, Mike, Patrick freaking Mahomes looked like Patrick freaking Mahomes. He looked comfortable out there. He was making things happen. He was throwing on a dime. We hadn't seen him hit some touch passes and things like that all season. He's looked like he's a tick off. Well, he didn't look like that. He did not look like that against the Chargers.
Pat, welcome to the 2023 season, my boy. I want him to get the deep ball more there. I don't know how to say it because I feel like the shot he took to Harmon, he got hit in the mouth by Khalil Mack. Good play by Mack there. He didn't get to throw it, but he's not looked good going deep so far this year. I'd love to see that get hammered out. He looks good everywhere else. Kelsey looked good. I thought everybody looked good. I thought the offensive line actually played pretty well, shut down Bosa, shut down Mack for the most part. The defense, as you said, looked really good across the board. I thought that was a team win, and I also say special teams.
Right.
Boy, homecoming for Mecole Hardman right there.
My homecoming.
My homecoming. We put out a couple shorts on that. We got a couple shorts coming out more about Kelsey and Mahomes going to the 50th TD combo right there, Steve. Did you know they're only behind? They're one now behind Jimmy Graham, Drew Brees to move into third place. And then it goes Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, and then number one, Gronk and
Brady.
And
that one guy.
Yeah. Brady. I was going to say GOAT, but Mahomes is the GOAT.
By the time that they're done, by the time they hang it up, I firmly believe they'll be number one
50.
in that category.
Look, they're at 50. Gronk and senior GOAT, they're at 90. Do you think they got 40 more in them before Kelsey hangs them up, dude? I don't know.
That's rough. That'll be a tough one. I think they gotta at least take out Crybaby Rivers and Gates. They have to do that.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for anyway. But no, man, how lucky are we to have that combo? Like, it's the best combo possibly in football history. These guys are nuts.
Yeah. Like, Mahomes had a heck of a first half the other day, by the way. I don't remember what he had exactly. It was like 300 yards plus, 3 touchdowns, 85% accuracy. Nobody had done that since 2015, a full decade. That was Drew Brees as well in that shootout he had with Eli Manning with the Giants, where it's like 52-49 or something. It was insane.
Right.
People don't even remember that game, by the way. Probably one of the best games to ever be played. Nobody ever remembers it. Cracks me up. But yeah, a lot of stuff. We're going to do a lot of shorts this week. We got a lot of stuff coming. We know the videos are few and far between. Again, blame YouTube. Blame them. But get over to patreon.com/allchiefedup. We're throwing some extra videos out over there, Steve. And thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that bell. We'll catch you guys next time.
Go Chiefs.
There goes a sight from my soul.